So now I'm going to show you how to measure your window. Before we begin, I will give you a few handy tips. Always use a metal tape measure. If you have a few windows that seem to be the same size, still make sure that you measure those windows as they can vary in widths. Firstly, you need to decide on where you're going to mount your blind, either inside the window frame or on the outside of the window frame. If mounting on the outside of your window, this will make your window appear bigger as it's covering the whole area. It will also offer better light control and better insulation. If mounting on the inside of your window frame, this will give you a much neater finish as it sits flush with your window. Using your metal tape measure, measure the width across the window. Repeat the process 3 times, measuring the top, the middle and the bottom to ensure that your window is square. Taking the smallest measurement out of the 3 to ensure that your blind fits properly. Next, measure the drop of your window. And again, ensure to measure 3 times, left, middle and right, taking the longest drop to ensure that your blind is the correct length. Once you have your measurements, you're able to purchase your blind, either off the shelf in the ready-made sizes or using the cut-down service to get a perfect fit. Let's move on to installing. The tools that you will need are a Phillips head screwdriver, a pencil, a tape measure, a drill and drill bit, and a step ladder. If mounting on the outside of your window frame, the brackets will need to be placed here. If mounting on the inside of the window frame with a top mount, your brackets will be placed here. And you can also side mount. In this situation, the best would be to top mount. Now that you've determined where you're going to mount your brackets, you need to decide which side you're going to have the chain on, either left or right, whichever is convenient for you. You put the chain mechanism in, you need to insert the end plug on the other end, and then moving on to inserting the brackets and measuring the overall width to determine where your brackets need to be installed. Now that you've got your measurements, mark and measure where the brackets need to go. Now you need to pre-drill your holes. Now that you've pre-drilled your holes, you can now screw in the bracket. Now that your brackets are installed, you can put your blind up, starting with the chain end first. Once that's in, there's a little pin here that you push in to slot your blind in place. Push it until you hear the click. As you can see, the blind fits perfectly. Now it's time to install the child safety. The child safety device is a very important part of installation. It must be installed on each blind to avoid a strangulation hazard for small children. The installation is very simple. The chain passes through the device. Ensure that it is pulled taut and mark with a pencil. Then, pre-drill your hole. The last step is to screw it in very tight. Now that your blind is installed inside mount, with reduced light gaps, you can now manoeuvre it up or down. Thank you for watching our video. I hope you found it informative.